friends, listen, I have to leave for work probably about, well, in about 3 hours. And I should be doing 100 things aside from baking a pie. But here I am, baking a pie. Now, I have the confession. I've only baked one pie in my life. And it was years and years ago when Mason was little. Mason's 19 now. He came home with some peaches. And he said, Mom, will you make me a peach pie? I don't remember how it turned out, but clearly we didn't die. So I guess I did okay. I really want to learn how to make pie. I've never done it because let me tell you why. My mother-in-law is an amazing baker. I mean, top-notch baker. My mom didn't bake when we were growing up. It just wasn't her thing. I think there's two kinds of cooks in the world. You have someone who enjoys baking, and then you have someone who enjoys stovetop cooking and oven cooking. My mom was a stovetop cooker, and Brock's mom can cook on top. Don't get me wrong, but her baked goods, top-notch, could be professional. So anyway, after 30 years of being with my husband, I have the washer going, sorry. I had to do something today. Had to wash some clothes, y'all. Okay. So, I started out with 2 to 4 cups of all-purpose flour, 2 sticks of salted butter. How do you salt it? Because I don't have any unsalted, guys. So, I'm going to omit the salt from the recipe, which if you were going to use salt, it was a teaspoon of salt. And in the recipe, she used her gadget, whatever those things are called, and a food processor. Oh, Lord have mercy on me. I'm so tired. I have a little food processor, but she's tiny. So it wasn't going to work for this. So I had to dump everything in the bowl and cut it in with my pastry cutter. So the butter I did put, it said to make it really cold. So I put that butter in the freezer for a few minutes before I started this process. Now we're going to go in with ice water. So 2 to 4 cups of all-purpose flour, and then the 2 sticks of butter, and then she said add a tablespoon at a time of cold water, ice cold water. So I've got my ice cold water here. And I know it's going to take more than one. So I'm going to start with 3. I'm going to start with 4 tablespoons of cold water here. She said just to make it come together so that you can form your dough out on here. I don't even have apples, y'all. All I have is this. I found this in my pantry. So this is going to be one ratchet pie. I don't know. I doubt my mother-in-law ever used apple pie filling for her apples. But, it's me. This is what I got. We're going to improvise. We got what we got in the pantry. It's 5, 6, 7. All right, there's 8. Let's see what happens now. And I am going to stop this for a minute. And I'm going to take my ring off and I'm going to mix it by hand. We'll see what happens, y'all. Okay, here we go. Gotta use God's tools here. It would have been nice if I had a nice big food processor. I don't. So to incorporate this, but I'm gonna use my hands. We're gonna see what happens. Still a little dry, so I'm gonna come in with some more water. So I did 12 tablespoons of ice cold water. I apologize to all you pie makers out there. I truly am sorry for what I'm doing. But I want to conquer it. I want to master it. I want to do it. It's starting to take shape here now. Starting to look like something. Something other than craziness. Trying to get it all incorporated. So I'm going to take it here. Put it out here. Get my hands cleaned off here. Okay. I've just made myself a mess. So I'm home alone. Maddie went, whenever she's home, she gets together with her best friend because they live so far apart. And when she's home, she's a little bit closer to her. So they went to meet for lunch. Mason messaged us last night and said they had some issues with their roster and asked him to pitch an inning. It starts at 1 o'clock. So Brock's going to go down and watch him pitch. I'm staying home because we've been so busy at the shop that I'm afraid to leave and then not have enough help. So it is what it is. Okay, look, you guys. Looks like dough. Ooh-wee. I'm gonna kind of flatten this out into a disc. Flatten this one out. Well, I don't know how it's gonna taste or how it's gonna work. Okay, so I'm gonna, y'all, I read a thing, a friend sent me a thing that said if you put this in the freezer, it's a lot easier to handle. I've not done it yet because my freezer's full. But wouldn't that be nice? Because this stuff is, this is like working with the devil. Cling wrap, you're the devil. Okay. Don't sue me, cling wrap. I didn't mean it. Okay. Take the other half. Go. Go. Oh, did it! There's the first step. I'm gonna put this in the fridge for about a half hour and then I'll be back. Oh my goodness, friends, I was so nervous about this. I forgot to turn the camera on. So I let my dough rest for a half hour and now we're gonna start to roll it out. Now I watched Barefoot Contessa today make a pie. She made it look so easy. Now this isn't where I got the recipe from because it was early and I forgot to get a pen out. But she did give me some tips here on rolling it out. She said just press it together. Okay. Oh, look at my new rolling pin I got. I love it. First time using it. Sometimes I gotta treat myself to some things. Weird things like rolling pins. You ever get excited about a rolling pin? I bet some of you do. I know some of you do. Okay, so I'm trying to make a circle here. It ain't going so well, friends. Try to straighten it up here. I don't really know how thin or how thick to make it because, you know, I'm not a pie maker. I make pizza. Okay, so I know it has to fit, of course, your pie plate. So let's set here. Looks like we're going to get some close. I need to, listen, this is where my skills fail me. The rolling out part. I need to do better. Okay, so she did this. She rolled it like that. Then she took it, she lifted it, and then she unrolled it. About did it. About did it. Sorry you may hear the goats. I have the door open because it's so beautiful here today. Yesterday, oh my goodness, we had tornado warnings again. Listen, y'all, my electric went off at the pizza shop for about 3 minutes. The whole oven was full of pizzas. Luckily, it came back on. Look, y'all. That doesn't look bad, does it? Oh my goodness. We're doing this together. I feel like y'all are cheering me on. Go, Krista. Go, Krista. Or you may be saying, oh, look at that dumb girl. Okay, so I'm going to trim this off, she said. Okay. So there's the bottom part. Look at me. Look at me go. Woo! Okay, so I have my apple pie filling here from the can. Sorry, mother-in-law. I love you. That's all I had. Okay, so to this, I'm just going to add a little bit more cinnamon. And you know what? Why not? Add a little cinnamon down here. You know what? Why not add? Oh, I'm sorry. Why not add a little pinch of sugar? A little sugar never hurt anybody. Unless you're diabetic like me. Okay, now listen. I want to tell you guys too. I am a diabetic and I don't eat all of this stuff. I either take it to work. Brock eats it. Now I do taste it. I'm not gonna lie. I do taste it. But if I bake a cake, I may have one slice and that's it. Okay. So I do know my limits. I do take care of myself. Okay, there we go. Now, this is all I got. So we're gonna make it work, right? It's not gonna be a thick pie like me. Okay. So there we go. There's that part. Now I'm gonna move this up. Now comes the top. I'm gonna roll out the top. I've got my oven heating at 425. Okay, let's get a little flour here. A little flour action going. Maybe if I start with a circle, I can end with a circle. I doubt it. This is where I need to learn. I need to take rolling classes. I got rolling classes. Okay. Usually, you know, about the 100th time I do something, I finally catch on. Like bowling. You ever been bowling? About the 8th game, I finally start to hit some pins and it's time to go home. That's me. But, you know, practice makes perfect. Keep going here. So anyway, it's a much lovelier day today. I've got the back door open because I'm home alone. The furnace isn't on, so I'm going to enjoy the nice weather. You probably can hear my goats or my chickens in the background. Our goats are very nosy. So are our chickens. Our chickens are so nosy. If somebody pulls in the driveway, I know somebody's there because they all run to the fence and they're gawking. Ooh, who's here? Who's got bread? Who's coming to see us? Very nosy. The turkeys are the same way. Turkeys are very nosy. We have 4 turkeys, 2 hens, 2 males. Mason, when he was little, wanted turkeys, and the only one we could get around here were meat turkeys, and meat turkeys just don't live because they're bred to butcher and eat. And bless his little heart, they would pass away. So he found turkeys. He was little. He found turkeys through a hatchery somewhere, and he had to order them, and they sent them in the mail. And I said, son, if they pass away, you know, on their trip here, I'm not gonna buy anymore because they were expensive. So he said, okay. He gave him his sister's cell phone number. It was so cute. They're 6 years. Maddie's 6 years older than him. Gave him his sister's cell phone number. They called her early at the morning at the post office. Then they're like, your birds are here. So he got 4 turkeys, and they threw in a couple chickens in case the turkeys didn't survive. Turkeys survived. They're great. He loves them. They love him. They are so excited when he comes home and he sees them. They're like dogs. They come run to the fence and he'll go out and get in with them and spend time with them. Okay, guys, look. Ooh, I got a lot of dough left because I don't have much pie filling here, but that's okay. It's my first time, y'all. Okay, so I'm going to cut this off. Go around here. I think talking to you guys kind of relaxed me, and I got this top crust kind of good running my mouth to y'all. Okay. Go. Now, I think I'm just going to kind of go down to where, since there's not much filling, I'm going to go down here and press down in the pie pan a little further down instead of the lip. Okay. Now listen, this is one thing I know how to do. I know how to pinch dough. I've only been doing it for 17 years. Okay. Let me get that all pinched and then I'll come back. All right. Make it look a little prettier, I guess. Pinch, 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 pinch. Oh, there's the turkeys. Speak of the devils. Okay. Woo! There we go. Look at you, y'all. You've made my second pie in my 52 years. So I'm going to cut little lines here to let the steam out. I do have enough sense to know to do that. And I'm off-centered, like always. There we go. Now, I got a little egg wash here. Go put on top. What a process. I enjoyed this though. Listen, when I have anxiety or I'm anxious or something like that, baking calms me. I don't know why, it just does. Maybe it's because I'm focused on the recipe and I'm focused on what I'm doing and it takes my mind off whatever I've got going on. Okay, so there we go. I'm gonna add a little sugar. Got egg on my hands, so I'm gonna pour a little sugar on top, make it glisten. Oh, wait, look at that girl. I'm proud of this. It's ugly, but you know what? I'm proud of me, and I did it. And I'm going to put it in the oven, and I'm going to come back after it's baked, and we're going to see what happens. Thanks, friends. Thanks for encouraging me and helping me through this pie process. Hi, friends. I'm back. What's more American than baseball and apple pie? There's an app called Game Changer, and I'm watching my son's game, and he's pitching up a storm. We're winning 3-1. Okay, so I'm gonna set this down. Look at my pie, guys. I cannot believe it. I'm not ashamed of this. Look at that. It's still warm, but it's not hot. So I'm gonna cut into it and she ain't gonna win no blue ribbons, but let's see if she's edible, okay? I'm just gonna take a small piece because I just made myself some stir fry and that stir fry was delicious and it was probably the best stir fry I ever made. So I probably ate more than I should have, because I'm stuffed, but more than likely I won't get to eat supper tonight anyway, so it's gonna be okay. So here we go, my second pie ever. Oh, friends, look at that. Now listen, you can't have apple pie with just a smidge of ice cream. It's got a smidge here. Put it on, it will get off my fork. Here we go. The taste test. I'm gonna taste the pie first without any ice cream. Y'all, I did it! Woo! I did it. It's delicious. Look at me. I'm so proud of myself. Thanks, guys, for being here with me. That's really good. I'm really shocked. Look at that. Look at that. Watching the game here. Delicious. I'm happy. It's fantastic. I know I will get better with each practice. My crust is good. It's flaky. It's delicious. It doesn't taste real heavy. I'm so proud of myself, y'all. Okay, I'm gonna go because I'm going to eat this, enjoy myself without y'all watching me pig out. Thanks for spending this time with me as I make my second pie ever from scratch. I'm not hating it. I'm not mad. It's edible. It's delicious. I'm proud of myself. Bye, friends. I'll see you later.